Hello everybody, Cedric and Cedric here, CRWC, and this is a review of All Elite Wrestling's All In London 0 Hour opening event. And, you know, look, while we do this, and look, we want to capture everything, so we watched all of it. It took 2 days.
Yep, but we got it all watched.
We just finished watching it. Is 11:14. I'm going to listen to the media scrum while I don't know, play Final Fantasy and stuff like that. But this is 0 Hour, and it opens up with the Ring of Honor Tag Team Title Belt match. And I don't think they should have really done this. I don't, because if you're going to put this up here, then you should put the other Ring of Honor belts up here. But I get what they're doing. I see what they're trying to do. This will get more eyes on Ring of Honor because you've got these two super mega over baby faces.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
They're going for the belts. You want to, you know, it's like Ring of Honor is going to be synonymous in your head. So, okay. And I figured this would not be a long match. You've got to not beat up your main event.
Exactly.
So Aussie Open versus, well, their team name Better Than You, MJF and Adam Cole. So the champions come out first. That's always a bad sign.
Yeah.
So when the challengers come out and they're doing their intro boast in the ring, the, you know, Steiner Brothers version of what they doing, Aussie Open, they bowl Cole on top of MJF, and that starts. Heat was built on MJF. And Tony Schiavone, he wonders if Adam Cole would tag in or let his partner take more of a beating so that he could have an advantage in their main event match later on. And I was like, that is the best thing Tony Schiavone has said in 4 years.
The best piece of wrestling analysis that he has brought forth in a long time.
Yes. MJF, he counted a few things, and he does a drop toe hold to Fletcher onto Davis's lower region. And, you know, the crowd's digging that and stuff. MJF makes the hot tag. Cole clears house. The fans are all about it. Cole hit a super kick. And, hey, I call it a super kick because Kyle Fletcher, he was laid out. He was laid to the bone.
Laid to the bone.
So that was a super kick. Fletcher falls a double clothesline. Cole wants MJF to dive, and they tease it. Aussie Open, they beat down Cole to foil the rope held dive. Cole was sitting on the ropes. MJF was going to do it, but, you know, that got stopped. Aussie Open, they hit a few double team moves, and MJF kicks out. And here's a small botch right here. Aussie Open was going to do a sandwich lariat on MJF, but then they had to kind of stop so MJF could duck, and then they run into each other. It looked like a computer graphic hiccup. They pause before landing the move. So MJF can duck. You know, that's what I just said. MJF gets the crowd behind him for the kangaroo kick. MJF lands the drop kick, and the place erupts.
Yes, they
went.
All the babies went up in the air.
I said, well, you know what? They got all the energy now, but they're not going to have it later. I was wrong.
Yeah. The crowd maintained their energy the entire 5 hours.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, U.S. people, fans of AEW and other wrestling that's in the United States, this is a 5-hour crowd. This means they had to be in their seats an hour before the event. This is a 6-hour crowd minimum.
And they were live all the way through.
You have got to step your cheering game up.
Yeah.
Because they did not rest. The wrestlers go out, do their 15 to 25 minutes or 40 some minutes and go home. These guys are still there cheering
and waving the entire time. The lights go out. They put their phones on. They have their signs.
They do everything. Then they call for the double clothesline. The crowd erupts for the call of the double clothesline.
Yes.
More so than they do here in the United States. Come on now, USA got to step the game up, man. Then they land the double clothesline. Fletcher sells it perfectly. The crowd erupts again. Cole gets the pin and win on Kyle Fletcher. It's like, oh my God, the crowd couldn't, they were losing it.
Yeah.
This is 0 hour, everybody.
And then got to the meat of the show.
And yep, Cole stares at the world title while MJF celebrates just to stoke the flames for their match. MJF holds the Triple B up at Cole, backs out, leaving the ring with the Ring of Honor tag title that he has. It's like, okay. Now we get some kind of heat going. Now we're going to get some heat going. Because it's the second match. Okay? Second match. This is 0 hour. It is for the All Elite Wrestling. Let me go ahead and say it. Because this right here, we're not holding back any words. We're going to curse. We're going to swear. We're going to do all that stuff on Spreaker. Not here. This is for the FTW belt. This is Falls Count Anywhere. Hook versus Jack Perry. Perry arrives in a funeral limo.
Mm-hmm.
Hook wasted no time in leaving the ring and meeting Jack in the aisle. Whew. Okay. So that's where they start throwing hands. Not the best in the world, but they were fighting. And yeah, that's when Hook opened the door and used an Irish whip to throw Jack into the what you call it, the hearse door. It's not a hearse, but it's a funeral limo.
It's usually called the family car.
Oh, that's what that's called?
That's usually called when you have a funeral, you have the hearse that carries the casket. But when the family travels, they travel in a certain type of limousine where you open the doors to get in, and you can fit like 6, 7, 8, 9 people in there. It's not like your regular stretch limo where you get in, there's all this open space and a bar and all this crap. It's
know, growing up, I thought those cars were like illegal. Because there's no way you should allow a vehicle that go that slow on the road. That's exactly how I was like, why did they allow this? And Mom would tell me, well, it's a funeral. I said, well, aren't you trying to hurry up? Don't you want to get there before they get too cold? Something. Then I thought, okay, so I tried to rationalize it in my head. Okay, this person's dead. There's no rush. Take your time. Because if you go there and you see them, it's going to be real bad. So it's sort of like, you're afraid of the situation. So you want to take your time to get there so you don't have to get messed up. Sort of like if you, back in the day, kids they like, yeah, I'm going home and get that beating. Mm-hmm. I'm going to walk as slow as I got to. So I figured that's what it was, but I could never rationalize it. I still can't today.
Yeah, the reason why the hearse and the funeral cars go slow is because if they're in motion, they're on their way to the gravesite. If they're on their way to the gravesite, there are going to be others who are going to the gravesite to pay their last respects. You don't want to drive, 60, 65 or like a bat out of hell and have a train of 20 to 50 cars driving like a bat out of hell trying to keep up.
Why in the world is this funeral event not scheduled like any other event? You all going to get to the same spot. Just show up. You know what time it began.
That's not the way it works. It starts off, most people, they'll have the original services at the funeral home or the church if they have a church they go to. They have the services there. You can view the body. You can have whatever songs you want sung, whatever poems you want quoted, whatever stories and eulogies you want told.
They should do that outside at the final area.
And then when it's done, they put the body in the casket. It was already in the casket.
It sounds so disrespectful the way you say that.
What, the body?
Put the body in the... and then they take the long 2-mile-an-hour drive, like 80 miles somewhere.
Yes, to get to the graveside. And then they get to the graveside and they put the body over the vault that's going to go in the ground and set up all the flowers, there's chairs, let people sit down and whatever they're going to have there. If they're a veteran, they may have the gunfire, or if you may have another graveside ceremony, and then it's done. Some people...
they move faster than this in Live and Let Die. Okay?
That's a different type of party.
But they was on foot.
Yeah.
Think about it.
But some people, and it may be, I don't know if it's different religions or whatever, but some people will just do a graveside thing. They don't do the whole church services inside. They'll just do the graveside thing. My grandmother passed because it was COVID. That's what they did. They didn't go put it right in the church. It was COVID.
You know, the audience is like, what's this got to do with this wrestling match?
I was explaining what the card was. And you asked for questions, I'm giving you answers, man. If you want,
I started getting it when you was explaining the slow roll down the highway thing.
And then you asked another question, and I answered it.
It's yeah.
But imagine it though. You got the,
imagine what? I've seen it.
Wait a minute. No, you got the hearse and the family car, and they just go with the flow of traffic, doing 50 and 60, and you got a line of cars trying to keep up, blowing through traffic lights.
Now that's comedy.
Because you can't be guaranteed that everybody knows what cemetery you're going or how to get there. So you go slow so everybody can keep up.
GPS. Okay, GPS directions, and it's all in the same county. It ain't like, it ain't like the body's been hacked up and they're going to just scatter like Voltron to different areas of the United States or something, or wherever you live. So, just saying. Let's get back to this match, because I know y'all probably mad. It's like, why y'all talking about this?
And that would be a comedy movie.
It would. It would. So, little backtracking. Hook Irish whips Jack into the open door.
And that door's never going to function right again.
Nope. And then Jack suplexes Hook on the roof. So they're going back and forth.
No, that's not what happens.
Yeah, they did. Cause
No, that's not what happens. Jack did a Rolling Thunder to...
Can I get there?
And then, but he suplexed Jack. Jack didn't suplex him.
He suplexed Jack on the roof.
Yeah, the one at the roof?
No, Jack suplexed Hook on the roof.
Okay.
Hook rolled down to the hood.
Yeah.
And then Jack turned around, got up, and then he did the Rolling Thunder from the roof to the hood on the hook.
Oh, okay.
That's in my notes. Yeah. See, that's why I write stuff down. See, and he got a 2 count on the floor. Don't be throwing stuff at me because you messed up. You can tell me everything about a dead car, but you can't talk to me about no wrestling.
A dead car?
Okay.
The car's not dead. The person is.
Jack gets in the camera, and then he says, look, real glass, so go cry me a river. Man, there'd be a blow to the real piece waiting for him after that. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. If this is what he was talking about when it comes to real glass, well, look what happens. Because Hook uses a fisherman buster on the front windshield, breaking it. Jack is lacerated on his arm. His elbow is now crying a river of its own. Mm-hmm. Jack hit a railing hung DDT, but with no cover because, let's not make too much sense of this. Perry, he rolls Hook into the ring where a trash can awaits. Hook hits, Hook has a cut on his shoulder blade. That was from the car, but you couldn't see it until he got into the ring.
Yeah.
Perry teases going coast to coast like RVD, but he hops down, gaining great heat from the crowd. Jack hit 2 rolling German suplexes, holding on, then does a release version. Hook lands a German suplex of his own for a 2 count. Hook then, Hook, he hit a loose cradle suplex into the corner, which was pretty good for a 2 count. It looked dangerous, but you can see they land safely. That's good, but Jack Perry got heat with me with that, look real glass thing. That was that was a shot to everyone else that was booing that when Punk, I guess it got out somehow, and Punk was like, nah, we don't do that here on Saturday nights. Jack hit a Jaguar bomb and had to step forward to protect Hook. You can see that when he put him up with a butterfly suplex, and then he held him, and then Hook was supposed to, he's going forward, but it started looking ugly, and I started cringing in my shoulders, but then Jack stepped forward and got the move off really well. So he protected Hook. He did well, because I'm going to tell you, if he hurt Hook in that ring accident on purpose, Taz going to jack him up. It's going to be a horrible day for Jack Perry. Mm-hmm. Crowd chants Jungle Wanker, which was okay. I wonder how long it took for them to come up with that, though. And then
it seemed they had it right on the spot, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they had it on cue cards. Everybody got on their phone? Let's go. Perry attacks with the trash can. He lays it in on Hook. And then he goes for this moonsault. And he misses. Jack Perry misses. It was a nice moonsault. Hook slams the trash can on Perry's head with a loud thud and lands a few crossface punches. Hook applies the red rum, or the kata hajime, and though Perry was struggling frantically, he taps out. Hook wins the belt for the second time. And that was the last match of 0 Hour. So, look, you know how I cover things. This is how I cover it. All right, this is pay-per-view. This is when I'm going to go pretty much almost a play-by-play of things, because I'm writing down all the notes.
It's going to go all in.
Yeah, I do it up for this. This is what I do, pay-per-view style. So that's going to be on Spreaker. That's in the description below, everybody. So make sure you check that out, and we will see you there. So this has been Cedric and Cedra for CR Wrestling Commentary on All In 0 Hour. See you on Spreaker. Y'all be chill, be safe, be good, and all that jazz. And, well, we'll see you on Spreaker.